In episode 249, we featured our friend Jason Isaac from Texas Public Policy Foundation. He was discussing the great energy scam. Jason's a brilliant man who's dug deep into the false claims regarding fossil fuels. You know, like they're killing us, when in reality, harnessing oil and natural gas has improved our lives in so many ways. He showed us a video. What would life be like without oil or natural gas? There was no alarm clock when you woke up. There was no toothbrush. There were no slippers. You had a cold breakfast. There was no way to get to work if you had a job at all. No cell phone, no media, really. And yet, as Jason pointed out, there are people, some sincere, but mostly money-grubbing power mongers who want to ban you from using the amazing resource of oil and natural gas. We're being sold a fantasy world. It's sort of like those vacation brochures. You know, it looks gorgeous on paper, but when you get there, it is a single wide mobile home with an above-ground pool where the water is green and there's hair on the towels, and the electricity shorts out your computer when you plug in. Okay, I'll admit it, that really actually happened to me, and I will never let my wife live it down. She's like, oh, it looks so beautiful. Let's go do this timeshare. We'll spend the night and then we can buy. No, I learned my lesson. And that is the fantasy world that we're being sold with this whole Green New Deal. I say all this because Jason Isaac, along with Brent Bennett, has an amazing new report out from Texas Public Policy Foundation that unmasks the true cost of electric vehicles. We'll put a link to the full report in this week's Economic Battle Plan, but I'd like to share a few excerpts from the report. Here on page 3, I'll read it to you. It says, EV advocates claim that the cost of electricity for EV owners is equal to $1.21 per gallon of gasoline. That's Edison Electric Institute from 2021. Hey, that's exciting. I'd like that, $1.21 gas. Man, I don't remember those. Those are so long ago. Gosh, that was pre-Biden. But the cost of charging equipment and charging losses averaged out over 10 years and 120,000 miles is $1.38 per gallon equivalent on top of that. Okay, so it's not quite as good a deal. It's $1.21 plus $1.38. That's $2.59. That's not too bad. Oh, wait, it goes on. Adding the cost of the subsidies to the true cost of fueling an EV would equate to an EV owner paying $17.33 per gallon of gasoline. I read that correctly, $17.33. And these estimates do not include the hundreds of billions more in subsidies in the Inflation Reduction Act from 2022 for various aspects of the EV supply chain, particularly for battery manufacturing. It is not an overstatement to say that the federal government is subsidizing EVs to a greater degree than even wind and solar electricity generation and embarking on an unprecedented endeavor to remake the entire American auto industry. This report is called Overcharged Expectations, Unmasking the True Costs of Electric Vehicles. Let me go on. It says the Ford Motor Company is losing over $70,000 on each EV it currently sells. EV enthusiasts are holding out for breakthroughs in battery technology, batteries being the main factor in the high cost of EVs, to reduce prices and make EVs more widespread. But advances in battery technology are measured not in months, but in decades, and the downward trend of lithium-ion battery costs over the past decade has largely ended. That's from the International Energy Agency. So what we've got is we've got a really bad deal being sold to us, foisted upon us. We're paying over $17 a gallon equivalent to drive an electric vehicle. You don't notice that because it's coming out of your tax dollars. It's coming with incentives. And that's why they have to mandate it, because they know the federal government cannot continue to subsidize electric vehicles to the degree that they've done and make them economical. What will happen is they're going to force you to use them.